Finally caught up with Vic Smith, people, man.
Hey.
Busy guy, moving around, making great sounds in the town. We're going to keep this thing organic, man, real organic. I'm actually happy to have you here, man, because...
happy to be here.
You know, you got a lot of... yeah.
All right. Facebook is now active. And you're live.
Oh, snap. We live?
We
Live?
We live.
Grand Rising, good people.
Open mics.
Yo, it's your boy, Sir Charles Tatum, here once again from Hot 702.5 FM, Las Vegas, Nevada, entertainment capital of the world, man. Welcome to Striving Artists Radio, where we're striving for greatness on a daily basis, man. Got a great guest in the building. I mean, all my guests are great, man, you know, because we're definitely up now, not next, not later. This guy is up now in a major way, man, from Detroit to the Bay, man. Vic Smith is in the building. What it do, man?
Yo, Grand Rising, man. How you feeling?
I'm here, man. I'm blessed, man. I'm happy to have you here with me.
Thank you for having me on. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. You know, we changing the narrative.
Okay.
As we speak. We ain't trying. We changing the narrative, and you're a great artist to change the narrative with.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
I can really say that you one of the artists that you don't hear the shoot 'em up, bang bang, the lean, and all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
We kind of gonna jump straight into it, man. How did you find your lane, and how did you stick with? How can I say? A real hip-hop artist, as I should say. You know, you got vocabulary. You know, some artists, they got vocabulary, but they use this, hit, shit, bitch all the time. You see what I'm saying?
I feel like
it's the A-E-I-O-U and sometimes Y, but they use their I in a different word a lot of times.
Right.
So, you know, how you do that, man?
For me, man, it's all about authenticity. When I was young, my older brother, he was just a major influence on me, and he wouldn't let me be, I guess, fake by any means. He always let me know, like, be authentic, be your true self, and that's how I just try to come across in literally everything I do, whether it's music or if I'm on a podcast or whatever it may be. The trick is, I guess, is just being mad comfortable with myself and knowing what I want to create and how I want to create it, and then hoping that the fan base and everybody else can gravitate towards it, and it does well.
How old are you?
I'm 27.
27. Great age. It's crazy. I say that because it seems like the artists that are doing, I should say, the lean music, they're getting the spotlight more versus a peculiar artist like yourself.
Right.
Where you got substance, you know, you really got great music.
Absolutely.
This is where the spotlight should be at. You know, it's like, how can we turn that thing around, man? You know, we got to really, it's like, telling the people that, hey, man, that's that bullshit that you're listening to. That ain't really, you know, real music in a sense. It's music, don't get me wrong, but it's kind of like the way they just letting these people do this, and they give them the distribution deals and all this, man.
Yeah, man.
It's crazy. It makes it hard for artists like you.
That is just...
Even though we know real coming back around.
That's just, I think, just tough in general. Just, I guess that's just something I don't necessarily think about, because I feel like it's to each his own, and the consumer is what's making those people popping. So it really it just depends on the fan base and how many people or how many artists like with authenticity, I would say. And not to say that those artists aren't authentic, but just people who don't want to hear that. People who want to hear just like emotional music or just music that feels good to them. It's like they have to go out and we have to look for it. Or those artists have to be exposed more. There has to be more of a spotlight on them. So for that to happen, we just have to take matters into our own hands and figure out how to own ourselves, how to manage ourselves, how to promote ourselves, and make sure we got the best group of people around us to move forward and to progress in the manner that we want to.
Gotcha. I mean, that make a lot of sense, because it's kind of like I'm almost I hate looking at it and seeing that these artists are getting the most of the shine, it seems like, or the spotlight is on them because of that's what's trending right now.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, like you say, I'm gonna take matters into my own hand, and I ain't playing none of that like that.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? It's not getting no airplay over here, man. But we definitely got Vic Smith in the building, man. Vegas music is on the rise. Shout out to Dimples, man. Dimples said, "What up?"
Yo, Dimples is dope.
Yeah, she remembered doing Love Jones with you. She's like, I did a show with him before. I was like,
yeah.
It was Love Jones, and that's when you did what's that? Rocket.
Rocket Ship.
Rocket Ship.
Rocket Ship, yeah.
That's my shit right there. We're going to definitely get into Rocket Ship.
Bet.
We're going to get into self-worth, man. I really want to talk about self-worth.
Yeah,
because...
Thank you for that, by the way, man.
You know,
mad love for that.
Man, you know
you
what's so crazy about that song is that it needs to be on the airwaves. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It sounds like it's supposed to be there. So,
I've had a few people tell me it's a really good track.
It is, man. I play it almost every Wednesday and Saturday. I can't go wrong with it. And I'm the type of person that, you know, when I used to get CDs back in the day, maybe you can agree with me, but it seemed like number 3, number 6, number 12, or maybe number 9 was always the best tracks on CDs back in the day. You know, I used to always go for like number 3 or 6 or 9. You know, you just repeat that song. Because they always got that one track on there.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? That everybody just can just play that it's not the single. So with Self-Worth was one of those type of tracks that I found on your album that I could just like, hold on, I could just play this. Not discrediting any other song on there.
I feel it.
But Self-Worth was like the one, it's like my number 9 on your CD. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I could just constantly, you know, play that song because it's like me playing it, knowing that other people's going to hear it, and then begin to play it. Knowing that eventually these other stations are going to hop on and see that Vegas music can carry their station.
Oh, these are facts. There's a lot of talented individuals here in the city, man. A whole lot.
Excuse me. How did you get into music?
I was always into music just as a child, just hearing stories from my grandparents, my mother, just anybody that was around me. Like if I could find a speaker, I was near that joint, just dancing or messing around with it. And I would always, when taking trips to my grandmother's house, she would always play like jazz albums by Down to the Bone and just so many different artists and just a vast diversity, really. And I've been into music for just as long as I can remember, and it's just been in me. I can't get away from it.
Right.
I love it. I just love sound in general, so I just gravitate towards anything that just feels and sounds good. So if it's that, I'm there.
Serious question for you.
Yes.
How did you skip, or how can I say, I don't want to use the word skip, but how did you keep yourself from going down that lane of being more of a, not being like the other artists? You know, it's easy to just switch it up. Because I know you can do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I hear so many. Because it's so easy to do the rap that they're doing. How did you, keep yourself authentic in the midst of so many clones? Because everybody's saying they're it, they're him. It's you know what I'm saying? Because if you're not, it's crazy because the stereotype of it is gonna show you a guy with a double cup and a gun hanging out and popping pills or whatever, smoking weed.
Yeah.
That's the typical artist on how it looks nowadays.
To answer that, the same thing is just like my brother having that influence. And then as I got older, I started to realize what was me and what wasn't me. Mm-hmm. And the further I get away from my identity, the worse my music gets. And just I don't feel it as much and I can't create as much. So it's kind of like I don't want to say a corny answer, but I would say through spirit, I know what to touch on and what not to.
Right.
I don't go outside of myself because it's probably not going to sound good or people aren't going to gravitate towards it the same as they did before. I've had that issue once or twice where it's like, yo, man, this record is cool, like you did your thing, but where's that feeling? Where's old Vic at? And where's the passion at? And I just, once I start getting to that point, I just stop messing with it, whatever I'm doing. If I stop feeling it, I'm not there. If I don't feel attached to it, I'll walk away from it.
I can dig it. It's like it's hard for you to zone in on it. You sometimes oh, okay, it just happens for you organically, man.
Right.
We're going to jump into some music, man. This is an old track by Vic Smith. This is Rocket Ship. This is one of the first songs I heard him.
Check the video out on YouTube.
Seen him perform, man, and when I seen him perform it, it's just funny. Bro, dude set the stage on fire with this song. So it's just always one of those songs like You could be in a club, and if you hear that song in the club, it just make it more doper because you heard it in the club. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if I heard Rocket Ship in the club, I'll bug out.
You feel me? Something that I saw you perform it, it made me just have a little difference to it, man. Rocket Ship, Vic Smith, what it do?
To the start and never return. Oh God, this love that I got, respect that I earn. And they say it's my turn. Well, I got to shine. I ain't wasting no time. I might crash, I might burn. If you hating on me, go get what you deserve. They see me on that cliff, I know they hoping I swerve, but I got it. Swear they coming, I got it. I'm back in the building, I'm doing my thing. Hustling hard, pursuing my dreams. I've been flying, take my time, feel my pain behind that cry. You never know what a clever flow. Been thinking about it, had a lot of time to just think about it. Tell me what it feel like, tell me what it feel like, here I go. Tell me what it feel like, tell me what you feel, yeah. Tell me what you feel like, tell me what it feel like, here I go. Tell me what it feel like, tell me what you feel, yeah. See, I might take off. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, I might take off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, I might take off. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, I might take off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, man, I'm the one. I'm back on my grind, I'm getting it done. Say what you want, but homie don't front. Shoot out the stars and pull out my gun. Blah, rifle, I know, hit it with a blindfold. Automatic, thought I had to hit him with the ice. So I can pass your ass up like Rondo. Late for the party, I've never been shy though. I'm walking on the moon, see I've never been afraid, and I got some room to move. I'ma take it out of space. I'm searching for some love, ain't no place for hate. Like why you gotta judge, man? And when I just create, but I'm here though, feel this tempo. Right around town, let my soul in pingo. Now I'm real loud when they hear this intro. Miles upon miles, don't think that's it though. Change the whole world, but I might go stick so. Look, mom, don't check out this sick flow. Thinking about it, been thinking about it. Had a lot of time to just think about it. Tell me what it feel like. Tell me what it feel like, here I go. Tell me what it feel like. Tell me what you feel, yeah. Tell me what you feel like. Tell me what it feel like, here I go. Tell me what it feel like. Tell me what you feel, yeah. See, I might take off. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. I might take off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I might take off. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. I might take off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have a problem. Yeah, they said to myself. Say Houston, we have a problem. They acting like they don't know. Say Houston, we have a problem. I think they scared of myself. Say Houston, we have a problem. They acting like they don't know. There's some dreamers in this house. If you see them, point them out. Better believe what you see up in your dreams and never doubt. There's some dreamers in this house. If you see them, point them out. Better believe what you see up in your dreams and never doubt. Boy, tell me what it feel like. Tell me what it feel like. Here I go. Tell me what it feel like. Tell me what you feel. Yeah. Tell me what you feel like. Tell me what it feel like. Here I go. Tell me what it feel like.
I be playing with it, but I like it.
9, 8, 7, 6. I might take off.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
5, 4,
Vic Smith, Rocket Ship, man. I'm gonna take off. How many of y'all are ready to take off with your career and you just need something to give you that boost to take off, man?
Facts.
I truly believe, man, you gotta dig down deep inside of yourself. You got to wake up and say, today is my day, and from this day forward, this is how I'm gonna carry myself. It's
True.
all about integrity. It's all about class. It's how you carry yourself more than anything. You could be at the grocery store. You could be anywhere. And the way you carry yourself is going to set you aside as being an artist or just really being a different type of individual. You know, somebody can walk in a room sometimes. You can be like, dang, it's something about them. I
Right.
don't know what it is, but every artist need that. And
Right.
how do you keep that, Vic Smith? How do you do that?
Again, just by being myself and really not caring what other people think, to a degree, of course. I don't want nobody out there thinking like I'm a sleazy person, but
No, I feel you.
for the most part, I have belief and trust in myself, and I just try to be as authentic as possible. When I like something, I like it, I go with it. If I don't like it, then I don't go with it. Again, it's just for me knowing who I am and knowing who I'm not, and then again, choosing to carry myself a particular way and not striving from that, or what's the word I'm looking for, or getting away from it. I try to stay as in pocket as much as possible. Not to say I won't make mistakes, because everybody does, but for the most part, just try to stay in pocket.
Man, that's it's crazy you say that, because I kind of be MIA from the scene sometimes, as far as just being out. The simple fact that I'm not in it for the fame and I don't care for it, it makes me not go out. You know what I'm saying? As far as like
I see what you mean.
people be like, hey man, woo wop, man. I don't really care for it.
Yeah.
Because it's not like, hey, I'm not where I want to be at as far as with this thing here, because I want to be to where when I post somebody's music that 100,000 people go check it out. You see what I'm saying? I want the platform to be hot like that. So that way when somebody can really go get a really extra 10,000 followers from me saying, hey, this person's hot.
Yeah, I feel
You see what I'm saying? That's like the Midas touch in a sense.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm working on, to where when I say this, it's all about numbers too at the end of the day. How do you market your music, knowing that mostly all of the artists here in Vegas are independent artists? Is there a certain way you go about marketing your music?
Originally, I was told my music will speak for itself, but promotion and marketing matters, and that's currently what I'm learning right now. That's something that I didn't pay as much attention to while building my talent, but as of now, I've been doing, especially since the pandemic, I've been doing nothing but trying to figure out how I'm going to promote myself and when, and just what exactly my brand is 100% before moving forward. So as of right now, I would say the answer to that is under construction.
There you go. I can dig that. And I truly believe there's a lot of artists that are under construction out here in Las Vegas. Take the time out to get back to the drawing board. Don't be afraid to, be human and say, hey, I made a mistake. At the end of the day, we are human. If you ain't got it all together, you ain't got it all together. Ain't nobody got it all together. I have not yet arrived yet. You know what I'm saying? So it's always a struggle. There's always a ram in the bush. There's always some work to be done behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? Before you put the package out all the way. We're gonna keep this thing going with some more music. But Vic Smith, who you listening to out here in Vegas?
Miles Low.
Miles Low. Shouts out to Miles Low. T-Rab.
Impact.
Impact?
Yeah.
That's his
Impact
name?
is dope. Yeah. I think his IG is Impact LV. Impact RH. Real Hits. That's what it is.
Is he on Apple Music?
Yep.
Impact what?
Impact RH. That should come up. And then I'm listening to Diz. Diz is dope. I listen to everybody that I can. Shout out to Wasteland Squad. They just dropped a dope project. I'm on it, and I produced on that. It's on Spotify, Apple Music, all of that good stuff. I try to listen to as many Vegas artists as possible. So if any of you are watching this or on my live, please send me your music, because I love finding about new artists.
Man, because Vic Smith said it, we're going to play some Impact. That's just how I go, man. We are turning you guys on to other Vegas artists out here. Vegas music is definitely on the rise.
These are facts.
Yeah, and there's the simple fact that we can actually
Slowly but surely
keep this thing going and playing Vegas music on a daily basis without having gone to the radio station to hear other music. This is things to be sought out, because there's so many talents out here, so much artists, so much music, and we're gonna keep this thing going. Let's see something, man. This is nodding off, man. Impact RH.
Sipping on the juice, got me 9-9. You know what to do, baby, take it off. Making all the moves, you gotta pay the boss. Before we got this money, had to take a loss. Sipping on the juice, got me 9-9. You know what to do, baby, take it off. Making all the moves, you gotta pay the boss. Before we got this money, had to take a loss. I spotted, caught me by surprise. Why? Live with all these lies. I'd be the first to admit I did it wrong. You wish the worst. Burn on every song. You get this work. Wake up in the morning. Work. Yeah, you know I'm on this wrong. I be wild.
Oh, he dropped 2 this
I be
year.
styling.
Dang.
Chanel kiss.
I want to say 81 Nights is the most recent,
Come and see me.
but
Feel this boy. Climb this mountain.
I can't be sure.
Sipping on the juice, got me 9-9. You know what to do, baby, take it off. Making all the moves, you gotta pay.
I wonder who produced that joint.
Impact RH with Night Off, man.
Yes, sir.
Vic Smith in the building.
Still here.
Man, before we even get into self-worth, man, that's just one of those tracks I say again that's just can light up the room. Great feeling, great joy. It's just something about that song that when I play it, you'll see. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, hey, that was the point of the song. That was the objective, to make some real feel good music.
Man, you did that with that. That's
Thank you.
real hip hop right there. That's like real hip hop, and I'm pushing that. I'm gonna keep on playing that song, man, until it ain't gonna die to me, because it's like to a song that people never heard before, it's still new.
Most definitely.
You see what I'm saying? The whole world need to hear that.
I be having to stick to that and having to learn to that, because I grow from my music so much that I, like, after a while I kind of like put it to the side and be like, all right, that's the move on to something else.
No,
but
man,
forgetting that the whole world ain't even heard this project that I have, so
exactly.
I be having to get back into the mindset
Self-worth
of doing
is
that.
definitely a track that I know it can do numbers. It just got to get out there. You see what I'm saying? Because it's hip hop. It's real music, and you can feel it. I guarantee you that track landing in the right hands, it's gonna do some numbers.
I have that feeling.
Yeah,
I have that feeling.
We're gonna keep on pushing it here on Hot 702.5 FM on Strapping Artist Radio. Make sure you guys follow Vic Smith on Instagram, Facebook, Apple Music. Vic Smith is the name. Man, dope album, dope guy. I'll say this: being different. Sometimes you have your pros and cons with it. How do you deal with the part of, like, people looking at you as if you're more of a square than the tough guy?
I honestly, I don't really have that issue. Believe it or not, it's just people. Once people learn who I am, 9 times out of 10, people like me. Yeah. And I'm blessed to have that energy. So I don't necessarily really have that issue. And like I said before, I try to be as authentic in my music as possible. So when someone meets me who doesn't know me, can at least get an idea. I have a decent scope of who I am, so we can have some type of personal conversation or something like that.
I can say that we are very like-minded, meaning in the sense of on the intelligence side. Right. And I truly believe that we get talked about for having grammar, from being
I've had that issue before.
Yeah, from being intelligent.
Right.
And things of that sort. To me, if a person doesn't have a vocabulary, this is what it's just a whole saying I heard. A person that curses a lot doesn't have the vocabulary.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because they can't put no other words together but cuss words. They're not using any other words to express their feelings. Right. You know what I'm saying? Versus, fuck that. This shit. There's nothing. You know what I'm saying? So every word come out their mouth is a curse word versus having the vocabulary.
Right.
Paying attention to Jay-Z, watching his story,
Mm-hmm.
and see how he used to pick up the dictionary and pick up words.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just to put in his rhymes.
Yeah.
And you can tell that he did that by the words that he used. You know what
Uh-huh.
I'm saying? How do you go about choosing your words, especially in your rhymes? Because it's easy for an artist to put this in, you know, it's just certain words you're gonna have in your rhyme a lot. You see what I'm saying?
Right, yeah,
How do you
yeah.
come up with, you know, these more words to really keep the flow going?
When I was developing as an artist, me and a good friend of mine, his name is Retro. He actually goes by Retro. He's an MC. He's actually on my Brennan EP on Retro Web. That's the name of the song. We used to just go at it all the time, like as MCs. And his favorite MC at the time was Royce. And Royce is just, he's a god MC. The dude is just a wordsmith. So
Right.
we would just study that and how he would rhyme and just why he would rhyme that way and just how impressive the rhymes were. So for me, it was just completely for the sport of being an MC. It's fun to link certain words that you don't think would rhyme, or it's fun to mess with certain rhythms. And with that, in order to be better, you have to expand your vocabulary. And granted, I'm not saying that I was like every day waking up reading the dictionary. It's just one, I like to read, and I believe that I'm a smart individual, so I began connecting the dots with how to make stuff rhyme, or finding the right word, or expanding my vocabulary so I can have a better bank of words to choose from.
Right.
So in that sense, that's mainly how I make sure that I keep the rhyme scheme complex but as simple as possible. I don't know, there's definitely an art to it.
Yeah,
obviously.
Yeah, definitely it is. And you know, not to go into any more depth of it, but when you listen to you, you know, it's just kind of crazy how you can like come from this side, or you know, versus just like straight ahead, you know.
Yeah.
How do you always just come from like do you go from hurt? Where do you write from? Hurt, pain?
It all depends on what I'm feeling. It's interesting. I could wake up happy one day and then I'm writing a sad song, or I could wake up sad and I'm writing a happy song. I just write what I'm feeling most of the time, and sometimes what I'm feeling isn't necessarily. That's kind of contradictory to say that, but though I write from experience, and whatever the beat is making me feel, I should say, that's what I start writing. So, we're drifting off. What was the question again? I'm sorry.
No, you're good. So how do you basically like, in a sense, keep it going with the articulate part of like, you know, let's say this for I'm trying my best to, I'm learning to take the word try out of my rhyme scheme or whatever I'm saying.
Yeah.
You hear a lot of rappers saying trying to get this money up.
Yeah.
Versus I'm getting this money up. You know what I'm saying? And you know, the simple fact that you're still saying trying, people are listening. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like I never hear you really saying trying.
It's not like an intentional thing for me. I guess in that sense, when it comes to rhyming, there are no rules. So I don't put as much pressure on what I'm rhyming and what I'm not. I just have fun with it. And for me, for what I like, I try to make it as dope as possible. So to answer that question, it's just learning and then repetition of just constantly writing verses, or knowing when you have, like you said, the word try, and then stopping yourself and then replacing it with another word, or said rewriting that bar with
Right. Yeah. To all the artists and MCs that's listening right now, I watched an interview, and it was with a designer, and he was saying A-E-I-O-U, sometimes Y, and he used that scheme. With Cardi B, you know, for instance, she used the word B or E in the sense with Bodak, you know, her single when it came out, you know, or, you know, excuse me, you got Hit Different, what's the new song?
With Ty Dolla $ign?
Yeah.
That joint is dope.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But then we say these words like it's hidden different, just in a regular vocabulary. Oh, this we hit different from woo wop. Now you make a song out of it. Hit different. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's just so crazy that I truly believe any artist here in Las Vegas, and maybe you can help me out on this, or maybe you understand where I'm coming from. I truly believe it's better to go for making a hit single that's gonna get you recognition,
Right.
that's gonna blow you up, versus focusing on an album.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because if
Yeah.
you get that one song that's gonna blow for you, now you can go and put an album together. I truly believe you should focus on one song. You know, one good single that's gonna put it together. And you know, I don't care if you got to go rewrite that thing. And like you say, even though you want to not make it so hard, make it as elementary, as easy as possible in a sense, because it's like it's so easy, and it's not easy at the end of the day either, because someone would have came up with a easy jingle or something to bust it open for Vegas.
So your question is?
I'm just speaking in general, as far as you know, how do you think that is just my idea?
For me, I mean, it's I would say it's different for every individual artist. It depends on what the result of what you're going for is. If you feel comfortable and happy dropping EP after EP or album after album, and that's just what your heart desires, then most definitely do it. But if you're trying to say what you were saying, blow up, or just really take off the top for Vegas, and you're just focused on singles, then you know you choose that, go with that. But just whatever you choose, full-heartedly, again, it depends on your result. Just go ahead and put all of yourself into it. But again, it all depends on what you want. What's the end result? It's like if you're content with making albums, then you continue making albums. If you want to keep making singles and try to make one of those pop, then go for it. It all depends on the end result. It all depends on what you want.
No, facts. At the end of the day, people, you have to make it happen for yourself, because no one else is going to do it. If you are in this music industry and you're trying to make it happen for yourself, I think you need to really listen to a lot of, not to everyone, but to what fits for you. You're going to have some discipline. We're going to keep this music going. We're going to jump into some music. It's Larry June with Discipline. That's crazy. I don't say I really struggle with it, but when it comes to really getting ready to write, I just like put it off, because I feel like there's so much to talk about, especially with 2020 in itself.
Yeah, it's a whole lot.
2020, you can make a whole album on 2020.
These are facts.
Yeah, these are facts.
Now with me, man, I just try to let go of any expectations. For me personally, that's what kills me. A lot of times I'll sit down with my pad and my pen, or I'll sit down at FL Studio, and I'll be like, all right, I gotta make something dope. I gotta make something hot. And that's what kills it, because you start making decisions based off of what you think is going to, what you think is going to be dope and what it's not. And you start to get too critical about the decisions that you're making with like your bars or your sounds.
Right.
So for me,
that's not it.
Yeah, I just try to get into a relaxed space, and I just write whatever comes down. I can piece it together later. It doesn't have to be perfect right now, or so I just try to attempt it and be like, all right, Vic, I just feel like write something. And then normally after that, if I get 3 or 4 bars, I'm like, okay, I know where I'm going. Now I have a clear path, and it makes it easier. But I try not to have expectations, because it makes me personally far too critical of what I'm doing. And I'm like, oh, I don't like that bar, and I trash a whole song that's already 12 bars
Which
deep.
could be good too.
Exactly. Because you know, perception is everything. For example, I've grown to love Rocket Ship. But when I first dropped it, I was like, like this is, I didn't even want to shoot a video for it. Like, people had to convince me to do that. And now people just tell me they're like, yo, you can't do a show without performing that song. But it's like, I'll be listening to it, I'm like, eek, yikes. And everybody be telling me like, yo, I love that. I love that. Keep that going. So it's just, again, letting go of all expectations, and then dropping something and letting the people choose how they're going to perceive it, because you ultimately have zero control over it. Zero. So that's something that the muscle that I've been trying to flex and get stronger this year.
I can dig it.
Instagram was good. Are we 4 people deep? I feel special. That's crazy. Oh, there's a lot of y'all. Never mind. Hold on. I'm more popular than I thought I was.
You say we poor people.
Donate now. Help a rapper in Vegas.
Discipline.
Who is this?
Larry Jones.
Is he from Vegas?
He from the Bay. He been in Vegas though. He stayed out here before. Larry June with discipline, man. If you ain't got anything, you gotta have some discipline. Discipline is big in Las Vegas, you know, especially when it comes to gambling, drinking, the partying, everything else. Discipline is something that every artist needs. Discipline is just everything. How much of discipline? How very important is discipline to you?
Extremely important, because I am a person that I write down my goals and then I write down steps to get to those goals. And if I am not disciplined in those steps, then chances are for me personally, the goal is just going to fall apart. And especially like you were just saying, we're in Vegas. Vegas has so many different distractions. Just one as the entertainment capital of the world, and
right.
It's just like you said, it's just so much going on. And even within, you know, the people in the music scene, like still there's so much going on, and you have to make sure that you don't get trapped in what you see or like IG or just the whirlwind that this city creates just from being, you know, the world capital and entertainment. So for me, discipline is very important because you can get off track real fast, especially in this city.
No, facts. To all the artists that's out there striving for greatness and you know that you need discipline, man, start with yourself. Start with picking your friends wisely. Those that don't mean you no good,
very wisely.
Yeah, those that don't mean you no good, cut them off. If you pouring out more than the other people, then, you know, check that also. At the end of the day, it's about energy, protecting your energy, watching out for energy leaks, people that suck on your energy. You know, people only come around when they want something from you. They ain't here to support. They won't buy a CD. They won't stream it. They won't put it on repeat on Spotify. It's, you know, so many different ways to support an independent artist out here in Las Vegas. And I want to challenge you all today to support. Yes. Can't say it enough, man.
Stream all of my
It goes a long way, man. It goes a long way. Getting started, you know, did you always know you wanted to be a rapper, or was it just something that you just end up doing?
I think naturally, subconsciously, I always knew I wanted to be an entertainer because I've been doing it forever, and I always just thought it was normal. But I didn't realize I wanted to be a music artist until I was at my cousin's house. I was like 11 or 12, and they were in the back room making music. And I was like, wait, you can do this? Like, you can actually, like, make music? And from that point on, I never stopped. It's a passion and a hobby for me. Like, even when I'm not working on music, like, I'm doing something involved with music in some way, shape, or form. I just love it. It's who I am.
That's big.
Can't get away. I really cannot get away from it. I think when I was 3, at a garage sale, I bought Purple Rain by Prince, and I just...
You remember that?
Dude, it was... First of all, I love that damn movie. Rest in peace to Prince. That man is a legend.
Yeah, that is a dope movie, though.
It's just...
All black or white.
I kept playing it. I got my little table out, was acting like I was playing piano. I would rewind the final 15 minutes of the movie over and over and over again because of how wild it was. Man, I just love music and just good music or just sound in general. It's just there for me.
That's big. You know, what's so crazy? One thing I do like about you is that you are human, you are a person, and you know who you are. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's a different from when you still finding people who don't know who they are at your age, and they following the trends of the world, and they're like everybody else. And all I can do is just hold a conversation with them that applies to the lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Versus having some substance with them because you know it's not there. You know it's there. Don't get me wrong, but it's like. At some point in time, I want to come up here. Or you bring me up there versus me have to come down there. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I'm very, very picky now on who I'm supporting, who gets the spotlight, because at the end of the day, it ties me to that person.
Most definitely.
You see what I'm saying?
It bonds that energy for sure.
Yeah. I'm changing the narrative. We are changing the narrative.
Most definitely.
Need more artists like you that's peculiar. The Dimples. the hip hop would lose these people that's actually assets to the music industry here in Las Vegas. Shouts out to Rude Mike, man, the engineer, man, on Wednesdays and Saturdays for me. Make sure you guys check him out with 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock.
Oh yeah, shout out to Hip Hop Lulu. She's mad dope, super dope.
Man, but it's just even in anything you do, you got to know when you starting off by yourself that most of the time you're gonna end by yourself. You started it by yourself. You know, if you're doing it individually, if you sit down with a group of people, some of those people will still be there in the end. Some people ain't. You got to know that when you're starting off. You got to know that anything is possible. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And when I say that anything is possible, I mean it in a negative way and positive way. Because anything can happen. Anything can go wrong at any given time, and you got to still have a made-up mind that you're going to keep going. You know, and that is just where it's at with it, you guys. I'm going to jump into some more music. The time is getting short. Man, Vic Smith, how long you been in Vegas? You from Detroit?
No, I'm originally from Saginaw, Michigan. About an hour and a half, I want to say, south of Detroit. Yeah, about an hour and a half south of Detroit. A little small town of 50,000 people.
Okay.
We used to be a lumber town back in like the 30s and 40s.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's real low key.
So you read about that, huh?
Yeah, I've been in Vegas for 20 years though. I moved out here when I was 7.
Dope.
Yeah.
And so you just you're a Vegas person. Pretty much.
High key and low key. I don't like to admit it all the time, but hey, go Knights, man.
You know what I'm saying, man? We're gonna jump into some Dimples, man. What's up, featuring Cooley 5. What it do, Dimples? This sound like it's supposed to be on the radio. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Dimples featuring Cooley 5, man. Let me know what's up, man.
Dope music.
Man, y'all go follow Dimples, man. Y'all stream that Mood Swings album. I'll stream on all platforms, man. Great sound, man. Like I say again, you know, you got an ear for the music. Certain songs just supposed to be on the radio, man. So
I can agree with that.
You heard it here first here on Hot702.5 FM, Striving Artist Radio, man. Got Vic Smith, man, the wordsmith, man, the lyrical genius, man, the smart, endeavorous, man. And not only that, man, he's a real genuine person, you know what I'm saying? And it's hard to find these type of people. I made a statement about being your original self. And sometimes when we get into, as we grow up, people will begin to treat us different type of ways, and it will stop us from being who we really are. The person that, the loving, caring person.
Yeah.
And a lot of times we got to get back to being who we really are. Some people are just natural givers. Some people are just passionate. They care. You know what I'm saying? And because of things happen to them, they're not that way anymore. And that stops a lot of people blessings. It stops other people from really getting the best out of people because they've been beat up and hurt. I learned that in business. People have been burnt in business to where they don't want to try to do it no more. You know what I'm saying? Because they've been there, done that, and it didn't work out. How do you keep that thing going regardless of what happens to you? How do you stay Big Smith?
Just having faith in myself and looking at how I've acted now, where it's gotten me, and what I've been blessed with because of that, and how I've been able to move. So I'm just going to continue to have faith in that, and moving forward, I don't let unfortunate experiences turn my heart cold or become, I don't want to say evil, but start treating people insignificant or unfair because I'm in pain or because I'm hurt. And I don't also judge everything off of one experience. I have that experience, I take what I can learn from it, and then I'll move forward. There's no point in holding on to something that's going to be heavy for years and something that's going to hurt you more than it's going to help. There's really no point.
One thing I pick up from you is that, even with pertaining to that question, is that, you're going to get some people they're going to get old and they're going to get bitter. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to get mean and this and that. I feel like, you're going to get older and you're going to be dropping gems. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be one of those wise guys. You're like, nah, because we need more of that. You know what I'm saying? People don't put wisdom on display as, as it should be. Foolishness gets appraised nowadays. You know what I'm saying?
For entertainment, most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I remember when Facebook first started, like, when people start sharing that bullshit on Facebook and you be laughing at the stupid stuff that you ain't supposed to laugh at. Yeah. You find yourself laughing at it. Yeah. I'm like, man, and now it's just normalized. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All of the stupid stuff that we wasn't laughing at back in the day, we laughing at it. And I think social media has really, really done that for us in a sense. Just really, really took this thing to a different level. And it ain't cool, man. It ain't cool. So we need more people like Big Smith, original.
Thank you.
I say, down to earth, evolving people. You know what I'm saying? Peculiar people to really step out. It's our time. It's even the wicked day will be cut off. Everybody have their time, man. You just got to know that if you're doing something right, hold on to that. Know that what's good doesn't come easy. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to go out there and do wrong and get the results fast, but when you're trying to do right, it's going to take a little bit longer. And, just enjoy that part that you know that you're doing it right. It's coming from the right way. And, man, you're going to be all right.
You'll enjoy the results so much more that way.
Yes, sir. I promise you. It feels better,
Most definitely. Looking back on your journey, you'll see that you didn't cut no corners or take the easy path out or did people wrong in that sense. So it's like it works out for you in the long way.
No, facts, because at the end of the day, it's still on how you treat people.
Yes.
Being an artist or not being an artist. I truly believe if you're an artist, you should really take that into consideration on how you treat people when you want someone to listen to your music.
Most definitely. They're going to remember that for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, but I truly believe that when you're a likable person, too, people can gravitate to your energy a little more better.
Yes, I would agree.
Man, you guys support something positive, man. Support Big Smith. He's a great artist, great person. He ain't talking all that shoot 'em up, bang, bang. He's a dope artist for your kids to listen to. He got great, because these kids are, man, this NBA young boy and all that bull, it's just crazy. They need someone they need a different example. These kids need a different example. And the ones that we got ain't it. So control your kids' phone, their content, what they're listening to, what they're, absorbing. Man, give these people your handle one more time, man, before we jump into this hit single.
At Vic Smith Music, that's everywhere. VicSmithMusic.com. Holla at me.
Man, y'all been hearing me play this song almost every week.
Major love, y'all.
For the last month. It's going to continue to be in rotation here, man, for a long time, man. It's a song that just won't get old to me, man. This is
Hopefully y'all fall in love with it.
This is self-worth. I truly believe everybody need to know what they're worth, man. This is a Vegas theme song, man. This is some real live hip-hop, man. From Las Vegas, Nevada, broadcasting live from Hot 702.5. Striving Artist Radio, where we're striving for greatness on a daily basis, man. We are up now, not next, not later, but right motherfucking now, man. Let's get it. Self-worth, Vic Smith. Yeah. This is the one, y'all. Run that up. Vegas, stand up. Vegas music is on the rise. What it do? Vic Smith, the one and only.
I feel amazing, man. Like, you ain't gotta tell nobody. 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 Like I wanna be, came from the bottom, role model of the fame. If I got a model, I'm a model for the change. Feeling kinda hollow, automatic for the game. God dang, I feel like I'm insane. Going off my membrane, been dang up. See, I've been amazing since day one. If y'all wanna hate, you might as well run. The hottest nigga under the sun, and that's easy, baby. I don't bite my tongue, and they need to hate me because they ain't the one. But honestly, who the ain't the son is ironic. You can DJ the drama, cut it all out, no doubt, with no problems. Fuck your equations, bad math, that's off of the playlist. L-O-V-E,
you ain't gotta tell nobody. 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 Great vibes, man. Thank you. Thanks, sir.
From the mall to the stars, from Jupiter back to Mars. From the mall to the stars, I said I can't give you much more. From the mall to the stars, from Jupiter back to Mars. From the mall to the stars, I said I can't give you much more. From the mall to the stars, from Jupiter back to Mars. From the mall to the stars.
Vic Smith, man, self-worth.
Major love.
Man, y'all can't tell me that track ain't hot. Y'all can't tell me those vibes ain't right. Man, that's hip-hop at its finest, man. Coming from Las Vegas, Nevada, man. Well, we got more than just talent, man. We got great music. We got great artists out here, and our time is coming, man. We're going to take off like a rocket ship.
I like
man,
that.
I guarantee you we are, man. We're going to take off. And for those of you who are shop ready, man, stay ready. Believe in your craft. Believe that and know that somebody is always watching you, so be on your best behavior.
Most definitely.
Practice your things in private, so that way when you're in public, it just organically happens for you, man. Sir Charles Tatum, striving off one more time from Hot 702.5. Be good to yourself, be good to others, man. Happy holidays. Peace.
Stay incredible, y'all.
You ain't gotta tell nobody. You ain't gotta tell nobody.